Hey guys, today I'm out in my yard with all of my urinals, and I just wanted to make this video to show all of them to you guys because a lot of these I haven't shown flushing before, and there are some of them that I haven't even shown on my channel. So I guess I'll start off with just a quick walk around, and then after that I will probably do all of the urinals separately in separate videos so that just in case my phone messes up or I mess up something, I can just redo that part instead of having to redo the entire video. You can see that a lot of these are dirty, and that's because I just haven't cleaned them up since I got them. I've had a lot of these for years, so I'm just kind of lazy when it comes to cleaning these up, especially when I don't really have a setup to flush them. But yeah, that was a quick walk around. Now I will get more in depth with each of these. All right, here is the first one in line. It is my older Jetbrook urinal. I originally went to California looking for a standard Alta like that one because that one's kind of beat up. But instead I got this, and this was the only urinal that I got there. It does have a pretty bad chip on it. Let me kind of prop it on its side. This is one of the worst chips out of all of my fixtures. The only one that's worse is the chip on one of my Sanistands, but I'll get to that. You can see that this has 4 bolts to connect it to the wall, and it's blowout. So if you look in here, you can see the little siphon jets right behind the mouth of the trapway, right there. And looking down into the spud, that's the inlet, or the little hole that leads to the rim to feed the rim jets. And then further down, that leads to the siphon jets. And well, that side's kind of dirty. I'll show this side. This is the side profile for it. I apologize for any noise in this video. As you can see, I'm outside and it's Thanksgiving weekend, so there are a lot of people in town. It does kind of have a little, like where on a toilet there would be seat bolt holes, but obviously there aren't any. But it looks kind of like that. From the front, looks like this. Overall, it's a pretty cool looking urinal. Try to show the inside without it falling over. Here's inside the bowl. And like I said, some of these are pretty dirty because I haven't really cleaned them up since I got them. Here's the logo on there. And there's this sticker because they cleaned it up at the salvage yard. I think that's pretty much it for the Jetbrook. I will move on to the next one. Okay, so here's my standard Alta urinal. And unlike the last one, this has a green standard logo. This is my favorite wall-hung urinal of all time, but unfortunately this one is not in the best condition. I've shown it before on my channel. That's what the side of it looks like the trapway part. It only has 3 rim jets, and well, here, I'll show these. It has a pair of mounting holes down here and a couple holes up here to secure it to the wall. Some of these have water in them because I gave them a quick hose down before the video. But as you can see, this is inside the bowl. And I really like the circular trapways on these. And the siphon jet down there. Usually if it was installed, you really wouldn't see that very much. But it's pretty cool. You can see there are scratches inside the bowl. The circular trapway and the siphon jet back there and the overall design really make this my favorite urinal of all time. Inside the water inlet, you can see the small hole that leads to the rim jets, and there's the hole in the back, if I can get a good angle of it. It's kind of dirty in there, but that leads to the siphon jet. And if I can flip this over, here's all the stamps on it. Made in 1957. And a bunch of cracks on the back. None of them leak, but they are pretty big. Here's the trapway. And here's the water outlet. Not sure what you could really see in there. Some water. There might be, yeah, I don't think there are any rim jets along the side. I've never thought to look. Don't believe so. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the standard Alta. I guess here's what it looks like from under and the front. Overall, it's just a really cool looking urinal. All right, that's basically it. Next, we have my Kohler Dexter. And this was actually the first urinal that I ever got. It's also my newest one. Here it is from the front. And this one, the siphon jet just comes down on one side. And there's the date down there, 2011. Here's the side view of the trapway. Sorry, a loud truck just went by. There's the logo. And this one only has 4 rim jets. And I've noticed on this that it doesn't really do a good job of cleaning all around, like here and the very edge of the bowl. But that's what you get when you have 4 rim jets. Anyway, this is the inside of the bowl. There's a little circular siphon jet in there. And looking down in here in the water inlet, try to get a view from all angles. Sorry if it's kind of shaky. That tiny hole feeds all of the rim jets, and that passageway goes down to the siphon jet. That little indent right there is where the spud would go if it was rear outlet. But here's the tube that goes down the side and leads to the siphon jet. This bump out is the trapway. Here's some model numbers. And the water outlet. That's where there's a little plug on the bottom. You can see it kind of bumps out down there. That's just where they drained out some excess slip when they were making this urinal. Not sure if you'll be able to see in there. It doesn't really look like it. So yeah, this is pretty basic urinal, pretty common. And that's really it for this one. Here's my Kohler Freshman, and this is actually almond instead of white like my Dexter. So it's a little bit different. I actually prefer almond to white. It's a bit darker than biscuit if you've ever seen Kohler colors, I guess. Anyway, here is the side of the trapway. I can't really tell if it's focused, but it'll work. That is the date and the barcode, just like on the Dexter. And if you've ever wondered, underneath the front of a Kohler Freshman, it's actually hollow. There are the mounting holes down there for the flange, I guess. And here are the rim jets. And there's the first part of the logo. And on the side, actually, instead of right underneath, they have all the water information. Here's what the inside of the bowl looks like. I've always liked the square trapways on these with the little siphon jet right there. And the siphon jet on this is actually front fed. It comes down the side and down this little channel here, and that feeds the siphon jet instead of coming down underneath on the side like on the Dexter. If you look in here, all of the water comes through this one hole right here. Here's the back. They have another date there. That's where the spud would go if it was rear spud. And there are a couple holes that were used to drain excess slip. And there's the outline of the trapway back here. And let me flip this on the front. All right. I don't know if you're really gonna be able to see too much in there, but there's the water outlet. Another drainage hole for slip. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I guess here are the hollow parts again. You can see where the siphon jet comes down. So that's the Freshman. Now I will move on to my 3 Lynbrooks. These first 2 Lynbrooks are from the same generation. The only difference in them is that I didn't really clean this one up after I got it. Still has the original spud and Sharpie on it from when I got it. And of course, some of the stains and stuff. But anyway, these are both really large urinals, even compared to the Freshman, which is pretty big. Underneath, you can see this is what it looks like. There are the 2 bolt holes for the flange to connect to. And what's different about these is that, unlike on the Freshman, which is front fed, or on any of those 3, the siphon jet for this actually comes down and goes around these holes, these bolt holes down here, and feeds the siphon jet underneath like that, kind of, if you get what I'm saying. And these have a ton of rim jets compared to other urinals. Like the Freshman has 5, the Dexter has 4. Yeah, like I said earlier, these have a bit of water in them. There's the siphon jet down there. These kind of have the same problem as the Dexter, where sometimes water doesn't get all the way up to the front to wash it out. Usually it's not a problem on these though. Okay, a helicopter flew by, so I just made a cut there. That tiny hole goes to the rim jets, That hole comes down the back, goes down and around, and then underneath there, and it feeds the siphon jet. This has a lot of buildup in it, so it's kind of dirty. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it. No, I don't think we can see the siphon jet down there. And there are just more stamps. And that's where the spud would have been if it was rear spud. So that's basically all there is to these newer Lynbrooks. Okay, here's my older Lynbrook, and immediately you notice that there's a difference in the style. The logo's different. Still has a bunch of rim jets though. And another thing I noticed is that the older one actually has a thinner or skinnier trapway than the newer one. It's just a little bit wider on that one. Everything else is mostly the same though. Let me lift it up. There's the inside there. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see the siphon jet on this one. It's kind of hidden a little bit. Sorry, my neighbors are over there. Again, the usual stamps. There's a patent number on this one. I don't know if that was on the other ones or not. I didn't really read it. And there's the spot where the rear spud would have gone. If we look in here. Oh, there's the siphon jet. So on this one, we can actually see the siphon jet from back here, but just barely. Sorry, it's focusing on the wrong thing. Can't really get it to focus on what I want, but hopefully you could see it down there. It still has the same channel leading down the back to feed the siphon jet. Once again, my neighbors are calling for their dog. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yeah, that's this older Lynbrook. I think this one was 1968, August 15th. I think these are like late 90s, if not early 2000s. All right, let's move on. All right, here's my Kohler Bardon. This is my only washout or washdown, whatever you want to call it, urinal. And I'm not really a fan of it. I like the design. It looks pretty cool, but I prefer siphonic or blowout urinals. One thing I noticed about this is that the trapway is huge, even compared to the Lynbrooks. Sorry, the lighting's doing something weird. But yeah, it's really thick. It looks like it would use a ton of water. And it would be hard to get all that water out of there in one flush, but I guess it did probably use a lot of water back in the day. Anyway, another unique thing about this is that it has a drain plug. None of the other ones so far have had a drain plug. It also has one up here. Right now I just have a toilet tank bolt in there. Underneath the rim's hollow. Let me get this flipped up. If you heard something move in there, that was just some hard water buildup, limescale, whatever. There's a ton of it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see under the strainer or not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, this is also unique because it has a built-in strainer, which I'm also not a fan of. I prefer just like the circular trapways on the newer ones. Here's the inlet. Here's that bolt that I have. And so far, this is the only urinal that I've shown where the water actually goes directly to the rim jets, and you can see them. And it also has a cool bump out here for the spud, just to make it more level. The back of this one's pretty smooth. See if I can get it to focus. Overall, this is just a pretty basic urinal. I think that's the drain plug sitting in the bottom of that, and a bunch of buildup. It's pretty gross. But yeah, that's all there is to this one. It's not very interesting. Set it back down. It does kind of have some cool designs on the side dividers. Actually, I think, yeah, the Lynbrook had that too. Didn't really show it. The newer ones don't. They're just smooth. Moving on, we have my standard Sanistands. I don't know if you can notice it in the video, but it is kind of getting dark really quick. So I'm gonna try to get these done as quick as I can. So I'll do both of these at the same time. Anyway, you can see I have two of these. Some people have asked if I have two, or if I just somehow put a tank on this one, or the other way around, I guess, if I put a flushometer on that one. But no, I actually have two of them. And this one is in better shape if you look at it from the front, because this one has worse scuffing all along the rim on the outside. It's not bad, but it's noticeable. The only thing that's wrong with this one is that it has this chip back here, which is pretty bad. You can see what's left of a sticker there. Here's a side view. These do have a really interesting shape, I guess. These also have different logos. Oh, I forgot, this one does kind of have, it's just whatever there. This one does have a bit of a crack. Anyway, the logos, this one has a blue standard logo, and the S's are different. This one has a green one. Notice the S on that compared to the one on this. Might be able to see if I look down here. Nope. Anyway, that path right there above leads to the rim jets. That one down there leads to the siphon jets. And I thought you might be able to see the siphon jets from there, but you can't. These both have two concealed siphon jets, just like the Jetbrook that I showed earlier. On the tank one, they are slightly bigger. On the flushometer one, they're a bit smaller, but that's just because it's pressurized, so it's better that way. You get more power out of them. Out of the two, I prefer the flushometer one, just because I like the smoother look of it. But this one is more convenient to test, because I can just put a tank on it. Here they are from the front. And I guess I could get a back view on these. I'm not gonna flip them over, just because that's a lot of work and they would probably just fall down the hill, because I am on a slight incline. And this is just a hole to drain out excess slip, because this is an open area back here on both of them. And you can see this one has a bunch of paint on it, and the rust that was left over from that how to remove rust video because I just never scrubbed it down there. I guess I could try looking in here. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see anything. So that's the Sanistands. This is my favorite pedestal urinal of all time, the standard Madstone. The logo is a bit weird. It looks almost 3D, but it just got smudged when it was made. My phone's kind of having problems focusing. I'm not sure if it's because it's so cold out here. It's probably like 30. Here it is from the front. And this is the side of it. Kind of like the Sanistand, these also have a weird but cool look to them. You can see the siphon jet comes all the way down. I didn't show this on the Sanistand video. Here are the stickers on it. There, that's in focus. Kind of feels like the wind's picking up quite a bit, so sorry if you can hear that. Anyway, moving on. You can see some of the rim jets for this. There's the trapway down there. And these two small holes feed those rim jets. And of course, this giant passageway comes down the bottom and feeds the siphon jet. And like I've said before, that orange rust down there could come off pretty easily. I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, that's it for the not the Sanistand, for the Madstone. Okay, there was another cut. A loud truck went by, like super loud, right after that. So like I was saying, there's all my urinals. Out of all of them, the Alta's probably my favorite. I wish it was in better condition, but it's not. Hopefully I'll find another one someday. This is my favorite pedestal urinal of all time, so it's another one of my favorites out of all of these. And then it would probably be the Jetbrook, and then after that it would be a bit harder to choose. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.